Okay, so what we want to do is to manipulate a drawing that we took a picture of to make it become from like this to something like this. So let's see how to do it. Okay, so what I want to do is to manipulate this drawing, which I photographed with my cell phone. So the quality of the picture is not very high, but as you will see, it's not very difficult to work with it anyways. So first of all, I use this tool, which is select regions with similar colors. I choose this tool and select all the white parts. As you see here, the selection is not very defined, so what I can do is a modified threshold, the threshold of a selection. I'll modify it, I'll increase it, let's say 30 for instance, and now I select again. As you can see here, now the selection is much better. So now I delete counts, and here the drawing is getting much better. So now I right click, select, invert. Now the selection is not anymore on the white part, but it is on the black part. I want to make this black part much more uniform than it is in the picture, so I right click, edit, fill with foreground color. Now the foreground color is black, so the picture will become homogeneously black. Now I want to see what happens to my drawing, so I want to delete all the selection. What I can do is select none, which quickly you can do with Shift Ctrl A. So now the selection is deleted and we can see the drawing much better. I make it a bit bigger, view, zoom, 100. Now let's say view, zoom, 50, maybe it's better. Okay, now what I can do is I just select the zone which I'm interested in and cut off all the parts which I don't need. So my interested zone is this one, and I want to cut off all the rest and have only the drawing inside my interest zone. So I go on image and then fit canvas to selection. So with this, with this fit canvas to selection, selection only is limited to the zone I'm interested in. And now I just cut away this dirt stuff. Okay. Okay, so now my drawing is quite clean and we can begin to put colors into it. Now I change the color on foreground. Okay, let's begin from the sky, and I can use this simple tool to put color into it. Okay, so why doesn't it work? It doesn't work because the selection is only here and I can only work in the selected zones. So as you can see, if I put color here, it does work. What I want to do though is not to work only in this selection but in the whole drawing. So I'll take away the selection. As I told you, it is Shift Ctrl A, and now I can put color in the whole zone. Okay, so let's color the mountains. Okay, let's go on a darker color. Make a bit more brown. Okay, so what happened here? The problem is that if I click on this zone, it colors all the rest of those areas, because in these points there is no perfect congruence between the line and the border of the drawing. So what I can do is undo the color, Ctrl Z, And now I'll select the whole drawing, select all. You can do it also with Ctrl A. As you can see, now the selection is in the whole drawing. I'll put black again as a foreground color, and then right click and I do edit, stroke selection. With stroke selection I can draw a thin line. I can choose how thick I want it. 3 is enough. Draw a line all around the selection. So now there is a thin line which you can barely see. Let me zoom it for you. On the borders of the drawing, see, this is the zone, the thin line I drew, this one, which is thin but is enough for blocking the border of the drawing so that the colors don't pass from one zone to the other one. So let's go back to 50 as a zoom, and then again I put brown. It's not very good brown. Oh. Okay, and now we can fill separate zones without problems of mixing colors into different areas. I can put colors in the other zones. Okay, make darker green. Lighter one. Okay, so let's say I want to pick this color again and put it somewhere here, but I don't want to go back to this tool. I can use this one too, which is, let me zoom it, this one. It picks the color of the zone you click on. So let's select this. As you see, the foreground color goes back to the one you selected, and then again I go on, put colors into these places, and then we go on and put color to the whole drawing. Okay, so now if you zoom a bit, you can see that there are small little white dots which are pretty disturbing. So you can take these away in this way. You select again with the color selection, you select all the black parts, and then right click, select grow by 1, it's enough. See, the line becomes a bit thicker. Then again you put black as a foreground color, right click, edit, fill with foreground color. Now that line has covered all the white small dots. You could see before. If you want to see what it looks like with that selection, again Shift Ctrl A, and you see the lines have covered all the small dots. you had before. Okay, now if you want to change the black color and you want to put it, make a different one, again select the color zone, select all the black part, and you can make it red, for instance. So right click, fill with foreground color, and now shift Ctrl A, and you see what comes out of it, and you can save your work. You can export and save. And that's it.